Hello everyone, this is Shooter Fantasy, and I hope you guys have had a great holiday and hopefully having a good New Year's Eve or New Year's. So, about a month or so ago, I made a video called Don't Be a Game Dev. And generally, the technology sector, at least for programmers, has been very rough as far as looking for work and finding work. And, in that video, I was expressing my, disappointment that this is not an industry where I feel like I'm going to be finding work with another company anytime soon. But I do have some blessings. I'm lucky enough that at the moment I'm able to survive on employment insurance for a little bit, so that will allow me to at least cover part of my expenses. But another thing is that I've been left with a lot of free time, and I've effectively made the decision that I am going to work on my own startup, Sabine Studios. This is a name that I came up with over a decade ago at this point, but now I'm going to be going full throttle into this, into making my own company that, I'm not beholden to anybody else. I'm not, doing work for some other company that's going to profit off of the work I did for them and ultimately toss me aside when it's convenient for them to do so. I would rather put all my work into something that I control, that I can sell, and I can reap the benefits myself. I no longer wish to have a company that, proxies the income they make off of my work to pay me. If that makes any sense. I would rather reap the benefits of the products I'm working on and, make all the money off of that profit. I need to start looking after myself if I can. So, in November, I began heavy work on Project Zeta and continued that for most of November. In December, I started work on 3 smaller but effective projects that essentially teach people the basics of different industries. So one of the projects was teaching people how to do drywall installation in a virtual reality experience. Another project was doing a plumbing simulator, which basically shows people how to unclog a sink and disassemble pipes and reassemble those pipes in order to just teach them the basics of, unclogging a sink with an auger and all these other plumbing tools. Another project I worked on was a retail simulator that basically just, shows you the basics of scanning code of practice and how that, is dealt with in a retail setting. And basically, my plan is to just continue working on projects that are useful for the industry, useful for educating the workforce and all of that stuff. As well, I want to continue work on Project Zeta, which is an AI companion. And basically it's going to be an AI companion service type of application. But the big difference is that all of the user data that is used in it is stored on your computer. It's stored on your phone. It's with you. All of the data that the application uses is with you. And this gives you a lot of control over your data because I can't, look at your data and, do whatever I want with this data like other companies do. And you get to know exactly where your data is. It's with you. And also, another thing I want to do is basically, if you are trying to get invested in AI and have this be something that, you're using for your own mental health, I don't want to have the power to later down the line decide, hey, you know what? I want to change the conversations it's allowed to talk about and I want to censor things and yada yada. No. You have control over the this AI that you're talking to. And so that's basically the goal of Project Zeta, is for it to be an AI companion that anyone can talk to about any subject, about anything, and that's not going to change. You control all your data and everything. And if for whatever reason the servers for Project Zeta decide they want to go down, well, I can just give people the tools to host their own, server for Project Zeta to connect to. And that way, the application still works. Because all the data is on your device. So, it's going to be interesting. And because I'm not hired by a company at the moment, and I was let go not of my own volition, and I have all this free time, it puts me in a position where I may as well take this risk anyway, right? Of just doing things myself, making my own path, and finding my own clients, finding my own, way to making an income. And in 2024, my goal is to just work on Sabine Studios and making things that people like to use. And I've had to take a calculated risk as far as financials go. I ended up investing in a Quest 2 and a Quest 3 on a payment plan just so I can get my hands on this equipment and start working on experiences that people might want in the future now and get a head start on that. I also ended up investing in some equipment for doing motion capture, so that way I can quickly make animations and put out projects that have a higher quality bar at a faster pace, because being able to get products out as fast as I reasonably can, but with some semblance of quality, is important. And when I think about previous clients I've worked for, even the previous position I had, I don't think that all of my skill set was being used effectively. Like, the tasks I was being assigned to were not tasks that took advantage of the full skill set that I have. And so with Sabine Studios, it gives me an opportunity to just push myself into learning new things and also taking advantage of the full skill set that I have available to me. And I'm hoping that, works out. And, we'll see. But yeah, that's basically everything I've got to say. I'm putting all my effort into my own company called Sabine Studios. And I've got a website if people want to check that out. And if you are a prospective client who would like to do business with Sabine Studios, we can have a discussion, have a meeting on that. And yeah, I am interested in working on my own projects. I'm interested in working on contracts that clients want to contract out of Sabine Studios. And yeah, that's basically everything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what 2024 brings. I'll see you guys then.